J-City, everybody.
I'm excited to be in Seattle. My salad has tossed, my eggs are scrambled, and I'm listening not only to you, but to the esteemed member of the Ring of Honor Board of Directors joining us tonight, Mr. Stokely Hathaway.
Thank you very much, sir. Renee, do you have on heels?
I'm huge right now. I am very huge.
I like that.
It's for the legs, you know? Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Good
Thank
to
you for
see
having
you.
me.
Good to see you. We have an absolute stacked card. It's all starting here on 0 Hour. But before we get into that, we got to let the people know how they watch.
Yes, if you are in the United States, you can watch Wrestle Dream on Bleacher Report, in demand through traditional cable and satellite providers, and of course, select movie theaters, Dave & Buster's, and Tom's Watch Bar. But what, Renee, if you're not in the United States?
Internationally, you guys can watch it at fight.tv, ppv.com, and on YouTube. Again, you don't want to miss any of this. The action is starting right here on 0 Hour. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. We have Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty versus Mercedes Martinez Diamante versus Kojima, Keith Lee, the Ring of Honor World Women's Champion Athena, and her minion in training, Billy Starks.
And the War Master, one of Inoki's students, heads into battle with Blackpool Combat Club member Claudio Castagnoli, taking on Josh Barnett.
And then Seattle's own Nick Wayne is going dino hunting as he looks to give a big receipt back to Luchasaurus.
And this is a big one. It's for the AEW World Trios Championship. It is the Acclaim and Daddy Ass versus TMDK. And TMDK, they want to take home some gold.
Now that's all just happening here on 0 Hour. I mean, that kind of feels like a pay-per-view in itself,
It is the tip of the Wrestle Dream iceberg, because we have so much more coming your way, do we not?
Sure do. Let's get into it. All the things that are happening here for Wrestle Dream Magic, baby. We've got the TNT Championship on the line. Christian Cage taking on hometown hero Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
We have Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page, and this will decide who is the future of AEW.
And then Chris Jericho teams for the first time ever with Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega to stop the Don Callis family of Will Ospreay, Takeshita, and newest member, Sammy Guevara.
And we've got double champion Eddie Kingston, the Ring of Honor champion, and the New Japan Strong Openweight champion, putting both titles on the line against living legend Shibata.
And for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships, this is a 2-on-1 match. The AEW World Champion MJF, he will fight it out alone against the Righteous.
And then for the AEW Tag Team Championships, FTR has declared open season on their own heads. But will Aussie Open take them out?
Now get a load of this 4-way tag action. The winner gets a shot at the AEW World Tag Team titles anytime the Young Bucks take on the Guns versus Hook and Orange Cassidy and the Lucha Bros.
And this is a big one. It's for the TBS Championship. It's Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart. And Julia Hart, she wants to win her first AEW World Championship, and she is on a 28-match winning streak.
And then Ricky Starks is at the table. He said he's fed, but has he bitten off more than he can chew when he takes on the Combat Club's Wheeler Yuta?
And Seattle's own, the man that stated he is in his final year as a full-time competitor. He's calling his shots. Tonight we find out who is the best technical wrestler. It's the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, taking on Zack Sabre Jr.
I told my daughter that once she turned 7, I would start finishing up on my career.
Dragonbucks, Bryan Danielson.
And I'm a man who keeps my promises, especially to the people I love. So guess what? Time is running out.
About bloody time I've been waiting. I can't think of a better way to honor Inoki-san than to find out who the best technical wrestler in the world really is.
I want to fight
I surpassed you yonks ago, dickhead.
the guy who calls himself the best technical wrestler in the world.
Bryan, you're one of the greatest wrestlers that's ever lived.
Zack Sabre Jr.
In 2023, Bryan, I end your career.
With this being Wrestle Dream, this is clearly a dream match for, I think, everybody that's going to be in this arena tonight. Bryan Danielson taking on Zack Sabre Jr. I think for both men, though, I mean, I know that Zack Sabre Jr. just came off 3 weeks tour in Japan. Bryan Danielson, of course, fresh off of injury, but he's been going through it. How do you think both their bodies are going to stack up tonight?
You know what? Neither of them are at 100%, but that's never how they operate. They always take everything. And personally, I've been waiting 15 months for this match. They tried to make it at the first Forbidden Door. Injuries prevented it, but tonight, they finally get their chance. I mean, for these two, they were face-to-face last night on Collision. Bryan Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr., of course, was on commentary, chirping away a very vocal Zack Sabre Jr. last night. How do you feel like this match is going to go for Bryan? We know that he's in his final year, as he said. What does that mean to you to see Bryan Danielson doing his, what should I call, a victory lap?
I mean, I think it's something special for us. It's something special for the fans. But, you know, as far as Zack Sabre Jr. go, I mean, like, he doesn't care. Yeah. He wants to prove that he is the very best technical wrestler in the world.
How do we expect the pacing of this match to start things off? I mean, you kind of look at this card top to bottom, a lot of hard-hitting action, but these two, clearly the submission specialists. What do you expect to see tonight? I will say it's only a victory lap if Bryan wins. I think Zack Sabre Jr. should not even bother going the distance. Let's just throw bombs and try to put him away as early as possible. So dare I ask you guys this right off the bat then? Who do you guys think is the best technical wrestler in the world right now?
I've known Zack Sabre Jr. for over 10 years, and I got to go with my man, Zack. I'm sorry.
Wow,
sorry, Bryan.
He said for the last decade he thinks that it's been him. What do you think?
I gotta kind of agree with Stoke on that.
What?
That's a first.
The
first, my man. You done gained some sense.
Said he's never had a great match in Seattle. He's worried about putting on a good show. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is focused on winning this match. Bryan, don't worry. I'm out here rooting for you. Not that you need it. You've got this one. But a ton of action happening here tonight. We've got the TNT Championship on the line. Yes, we do. In a 2 out of 3 falls match, the new TNT champion, Christian, takes on the former 2-time TNT champion, formerly the face of the TNT Championship, Darby Allin. And it is a battle of 2 young stars of AEW, both men looking to become the future of this company as the Blackpool Combat Club's Wheeler Yuta taking on absolute Ricky Starks.
I didn't lose, I survived. Period. The end.
The Bocyclone!
Lord of mercy! Bryan Danielson, you have never tapped me out. And you've never pinned me, so as far as I'm concerned in the ranking system, it goes absolute Ricky Starks and you, Bryan Danielson.
A match like this changes you physically, mentally.
Ricky. You're right, you did survive. And I'm man enough to admit when I was wrong, and I was wrong out there for what I did. I put my hands on you because the fight was over, but you just wanted to show my man some respect.
Let me tell you something. The next time you put your hands on me, I'm gonna make sure that you don't walk out of that ring on your own accord. You understand me, Yuta?
You couldn't get up. After everything Bryan dished out, guess what? I get up every damn day. They beat my ass, they put me in the ground, and I stand up because it makes me stronger. And I don't think you have the balls to do that, Ricky. If you disagree with me, why don't we find out October 1st in Seattle?
I'm here waiting for Ricky Starks to arrive, hoping to get a word in with him to talk about his upcoming match tonight against Wheeler Yuta here at Wrestle Dream. Oh, and there he is.
Hey, it's going to be done that way. I don't need your help, C.W. Anderson. Keep it moving.
Ricky, can I get a word?
Yeah, sure.
Last night at Collision, we saw things come to a head between you and Wheeler Yuta. How do you think this is going to affect your match tonight?
It doesn't affect a damn thing, I can tell you about that. I'm absolute Ricky Starks. That hasn't changed since day one. Yuta, you have been the whooping boy for your little group, and I'm telling you this, I'm gonna prove exactly why you were in that position to begin with, you little high school marching band wannabe. I am a star, baby! The face of Collision, absolute Ricky Starks, and that doesn't change tonight just because we're in Seattle. I can't wait to tap dance all over Yuta's face and also show everyone that a Wrestle Dream is nothing but a nightmare for little Yuta boy. Thanks, Lex. Ah, she's so sweet, but so dumb. God bless her.
Wow, Ricky Starks pulling no punches here today. We can't deny the star power of Ricky Starks. Stokely, I know that you've got a good eye for talent. What do you see when you see a guy like Ricky Starks?
I think Ricky Starks has it. He has that intangible it factor, right? If he walks into a restaurant, he walks into a store, he goes to the airport, everyone knows there's something special about that guy, and that is Ricky Starks.
Well, Ricky has definitely had his eye on other members of the Blackpool Combat Club, namely Bryan Danielson. I mean, those two have beaten the ever-loving hell out of each other. Who needs a win more tonight, Ricky Starks or Wheeler Yuta?
You know what? Wheeler Yuta probably needs that win more. He needs to get back on track. But like Ricky Starks said, he is at the table and he is getting greedy and he wants to take and keep on taking. And lest we forget, he's got Big Bill to back him up too.
That's a very, very valid point. But you got to look at Wheeler Yuta. I mean, he's got a lot of strong, dangerous
He got a crew.
men in his
He got a
corner
gang.
as well.
I would say it's a gang. It's a gang.
Can we get some early predictions from you guys? Who do you think is going to walk away the winner tonight, Ricky Starks or Wheeler Yuta?
I got to go with my man Ricky because he got Big Bill by his side.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to take Ricky just because he had the gumption to insult Lexi Nair's intelligence.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bold move, and I think he's going to look to make a few more of them this evening.
You know what? I know that you guys seem to be on the same page here tonight, but
That's
I've
crazy
got
to me.
to go Wheeler Yuta on this one. I mean, when you are training under the Blackpool Combat Club, trading with these guys, maybe I have a slight bit of Blackpool Combat Club bias. However, I feel like the more I see Wheeler Yuta in those big fight field matches, he rises to the occasion time and time again. So I feel like that's something that we might see from Wheeler Yuta here tonight. So suck on that, both of you. Let's. That's what we're doing here.
Okay,
it's
let's talk about other
Okay,
things. Let's talk about the
get into it.
AEW World Tag Team Championship is on the line.
Yep.
FTR, it's open season, and that challenge has been answered by Aussie Open.
For FTR, 2022 was the year that we wanted to prove ourselves as the greatest tag team in the world. One match that stands above almost all the other ones we had was Aussie Open. And now a year to the day, October 1st, 2023. This time is for the richest prize in professional wrestling, the AEW World Tag Team Championship.
I'm on my hands and knees right now. I'm begging you. I want the biggest, baddest bastard tag team in the world.
The story of Aussie Open isn't monumental mountains that we climb again and again.
We're gonna beat you again 1 year later.
We work harder than anybody in this business to show that we're the best tag team going in the world today.
If you don't bring that gold October 1st,
We are everything we say we are!
don't even show up. Top guys, out.
All right, RJ, I'm coming to you on this one first. You look at FTR, you look at Aussie Open. Stylistically, how do you see these guys matching up here tonight in Seattle?
FTR is always rough and ready. There's no flips. There's a lot of fists. I will say, Aussie Open has some very, very innovative tag team moves that I've never seen before. I don't know if FTR is going to be ready for that.
Got a loud crowd in here already. We're still so early before we get into Wrestle Dream, but as members of the AEW are filing in here, I mean, they're already a loud, fun, rowdy group. I like it. I like where this is headed. All right, talk to me a little bit more about Aussie Open. We know what we get with FTR. They have really set the standard. They've set the bar for tag team wrestling. So for a team like Aussie Open, what does an opportunity like this mean?
I mean, if they win tonight, they are set. I mean, they bust the door open. They won the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships, and now they are looking to step over that, right? They want to win the AEW World Tag Team Championships, and if they do that tonight, I think they are made men in AEW.
Is there any kind of an X factor for either team walking in tonight?
I will say this, Aussie Open, a huge loss at Wembley Stadium to Better Than You, baby. And to quote Jesse Ventura, the wolf climbing the mountain is always hungrier than the one on top.
Ooh,
That's
I like
a good
that.
one. That is a good one. I like that one a lot. Well, we've got tons of action happening here, not only on 0 Hour, but of course, as we get into Wrestle Dream, a huge opportunity. All four of these men will be watching that tag team matchup. The winner of this gets a shot at the AEW World Tag Team titles at any time. It's the Young Bucks taking on the Guns, taking on Hook and Orange Cassidy, and the Lucha Bros.
Hey, we should do a tag match or something.
Yeah. four-way tag team match to determine the #1 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It'll be Orange Cassidy and Hook versus the Guns versus the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks. The BTE Trigger!
What a shot. Talk about impact. I'm impressed by what the Guns just did. Austin and Colton, they got it done. Oh, Lord! Another great brother tag team here in the Lucha Bros.
There will be 3 former AEW World Tag Team Champions competing in this four-way match to determine #1 contenders. But the team, I think, with the most momentum is Orange Cassidy and Hook.
I love this match for so many different reasons, but I think that the big question mark, even though seems like what we just heard, a little bit of favoritism for Hook and Orange Cassidy, how do you guys see them walking into this matchup against guys that have been tag teaming together for years and years?
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't like Hook. I don't like anything Hook does. I don't like anyone that Hook associates with. So I don't care who wins this match, as long as it's not Hook or Orange Cassidy. That's all I got to say.
But I will say this. Hook and Orange Cassidy are the only two in this match that have never been tag champs before, and they are not brothers. Everyone else are, but I gotta be honest with you, I wouldn't team with my brother. Maybe that actually gives them the edge.
Maybe, it might. The Young Bucks, how do you guys see them coming into this match?
Hot, on fire.
Mm-hmm.
You're pro Young Bucks. Okay, talk to me about it. Talk to me about it.
I mean, they are the Young Bucks. They've won every single championship there is to win. Come on now, Renee.
No, I'm with you. I'm trying to follow your lead on this. The Lucha Bros, I mean, as you mentioned, a lot of brother situations here. Did they have any kind of an advantage in this match?
I think Ray Phoenix has a lot on his plate.
Sure does.
Being the AEW International Champion. I think that might be messing up the whole flow they're going after, to be honest with you.
That's a good point.
Quite possibly. All right, you guys want to determine a winner for me on this? Of course, the winner of this match gets a future opportunity at those AEW World Tag Team titles.
I'm going to go with the Lucha Brothers.
I like that you thought about that one. It wasn't just right off the top of your head.
Yeah,
Deep
you have
in
to
thought
think
on
about
that
it.
one. Okay.
Okay.
Cool entrances win for me. I'm going to deviate from you and say the Guns.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. And I will say this. How do you feel about your Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships being defended tonight in a 2-on-1 match?
I think it's a little crazy. I'll just keep it at that.
Yeah.
Just keep it at that.
Okay, good. So if you haven't known, allow me to inform you. MJF, in lieu of an injured Adam Cole, is taking his place for friendship, for brotherhood, and for defending those titles as he takes on both members of the Righteous tonight.
Very, very bold, but that is what MJF does best, no doubt. Now, Julia Hart looking to go for gold here tonight in AEW, particularly the TBS title. She takes on the current champ, Chris Statlander. Can Julia Hart keep her win streak alive or fall to the defeater of the undefeated?
Little girl, you are so young and naive. Didn't even see your full potential until
the house
he showed you.
Always wins.
Now, you are reborn.
Do you see this? Over 24 bodies stacked. And this will not end until we get to the one.
I don't want to have to make an example out of Julia Hart at Wrestle Dream, but I have to. I am a fighting champion. I am the fighting champion. And a spooky little bitch like you is no match for Chris Statlander.
A 28-win streak for Julia Hart. I mean, this is very impressive. So young in her career, only 21 years old. We got to see her in-ring action last night on Collision against Fert Vixen. This woman just seems to be on the ascent. However, you look at somebody like Chris Statlander, the TBS champion. Does the streak end tonight for Julia Hart?
I don't think so. I think Julia Hart, she will become a first-time AEW champion for her, and guess what? She will put an end to that habitual head slapper, Chris Statlander.
Bit of a size discrepancy if you were to look at the tail of the tape between Chris and Julia Hart. How do you think that's going to come into play?
I think there's a viciousness discrepancy. I think there's an evil discrepancy, unless we
Big
forget
Bad Brody
Statlander
side too.
Yes. Statlander wants to be a hero and do it all herself, but I will say this. Big winning streak for Julia Hart, but you know who her last loss was to? Chris Statlander. Do your homework, kids.
You hang on to that stuff, you know. I'm sure she's feeling that in the pit of her belly. It's getting loud out here. We've got Jim Ross making his way out here to commentary as we get set here for Wrestle Dream 0 Hour. The action is about to kick off. But let's keep things rolling here as we are plowing through. Time is ticking down. We're just about an hour away. We've got Chris Jericho teaming up with Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi taking on Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay.
Look, Don, you stabbed me in the back.
We broke your body, Kenny. Now I'm gonna break your heart.
You threatened the ones that I love.
The next target of the Don Callis family is Kota Ibushi.
You betrayed your best friend.
You don't deserve to be a part of that family.
Jericho is dead to me, and I never want to see him again.
The newest member of the Don Callis family.
Oh, the screwdriver.
No.
Kenny Omega.
Jericho, Omega, Ibushi unite to take out the Don Callis family at Wrestle Dream.
I've also got another family member. The best wrestler in the world. Better than the elite. Better than you.
You are gonna face the Don Callis family that's never been stronger.
See you in Seattle. We're gonna finish it once and for all.
Certainly no shortage of bad blood amongst all of the members participating in this match tonight. Stoke, what is your take on the Don Callis family and how it seems to be continually growing at this point?
I'll put it to you this way. The notorious B.I.G. wrote a song about it. It's called What's Beef? That is what Don Callis, that's what he thrives on. He thrives on beef, and Don Callis is a wild boy. He's a wild, evil boy, and that's who I want to be when I grow up. The Don Callis family, they're going to leave out of here victorious.
Yeah, well, Sister Sledge wrote a song called We Are Family, and I think that's emblematic of Don Callis, and he seems to have it all figured out. They just keep growing. I've never seen Omega so rattled. I've never seen Ibushi beaten up that badly, like when Takeshita took him out with a kettlebell. I don't know how they're going to combat this.
Okay, but last night on Collision, we did get to see Chris Jericho and Omega team up for the first time ever. What did you think of the chemistry that you saw between them?
Yeah, that's nice, but they're not Takeshita, Ospreay, and you don't have Don Callis behind you. You don't have that mind. I got to tell you.
Boy.
Yes. Yes.
Now, okay, let's talk Sammy Guevara here, because at Grand Slam, we got to see that moment of him turning on Chris Jericho, making his way over to the Don Callis family. Do you think for a young star that's very much so on the ascent, do you think that that was a good moment for him to seemingly join the Don Callis family?
Yes. If anyone knows about strong choices in your youth, it's Chris Jericho, and I think he's finally getting a taste of his own medicine.
Okay, fair enough. Final predictions. Who's going to walk away the winner here?
Got to go with the Don Callis family. I'm sorry.
All right.
Another masterpiece is upon us.
Yes.
But I will say, in Seattle, I was told it's Swerve's house.
It sure is.
But knock, 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 there is a cowboy at the door.
For a year and a half, every day that I would come to work, I felt that there was a little black cloud over my head that I could never get rid of. I beat Jon Moxley. I reunited with my friends in the Elite. It felt like I should have been the happiest man in the world, but every time that I started to smile, that little cloud came back and it started to rain.
It's a shame that your wife and kids got to see their father walk away from more responsibilities.
And I weathered the storm. I'm still here.
I'm coming for that spot that you act like you don't even want.
These people, they deserve the best of me.
Swerve signing the contract in blood. What's a buckshot to a kill shot?
That's what you'll get in Seattle. You will get the best of Hangman.
Let me tell you, doing that contract signing on Dynamite between Hangman and Swerve, I mean, those two are spicy here tonight. Is there a hometown advantage to Swerve being here in his hometown of Seattle? What does that mean? What does that look like?
Yes, Swerve never shows up to any building alone. He always has an entourage with him, and I quite frankly think there's hundreds, if not thousands of them here tonight.
Do you think that Hangman's been handed his opportunities here in AEW?
Yeah, I think he has. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah.
Okay.
Given everything, every damn thing.
But he did say he always knocks it out of the park.
No doubt, no
know?
doubt. I mean, something that I heard Swerve say during that contract signing was that better to be prepared on the ascent than just sticking that landing. Do you think that Hangman is ready to step up for this challenge in Swerve?
I think he's put some cold water on his face. I think he's woken up. I think he realizes what's at stake. And I think he realizes the building and the people he's walking into. I think he's ready to swing.
It kind of seems like there's a lot of emotion attached to this matchup. Do you think that that is good for a match, or is that going to get in the way?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. You need that emotion. You need that fire to get what you want. And Swerve said it. Swerve believes that he will be the first African-American AEW World Champion, and honestly, it is going to happen. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when.
All right, guys, I'm coming to you for the predictions. Who's walking away the winner, Hangman or Swerve?
I got to say, no matter what, Prince Nana will dance.
If nothing else, please. What do you think?
It's Swerve's house, baby.
Wow, guys, really sticking to the same page here between the two of you. All right, double champion Eddie Kingston puts it all on the line. The Ring of Honor World title and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship on the line as he steps into the ring against the living legend, Shibata.
He looked in the mirror, climbed the mountain, and vanquished his greatest foe.
Now I know I gotta defend this championship and this championship.
The Ring of Honor World Championship, New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, Shibata, Kingston, double title match.
That man represents the spirit of Inoki, the fighting spirit, the strong style spirit.
He is my roots. I'm ready to inherit and take over.
The Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling Champion could assemble a modern Triple Crown.
I respect Eddie Kingston, but I plan to win.
Everyone else can talk about all these other matches on the show. Me and Shibata, what we care about is fighting and winning. What we care about is showing that professional wrestling is hard or short. Professional wrestling, like Inoki-san would say, is strong.
It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a fight.
How does Eddie Kingston stack up as a champion to you? A double champion at that.
He's so new at being a champion, to be honest with you. It's like all of a sudden he's broken through. He's on this career run. Excellent stint at Japan. The huge win at Grand Slam. And, he's canceled all of his indie bookings. He said this is his focus.
Yeah?
This is what he needs to do, is defend these titles.
But as much as you can say Eddie's new to this, he's not new to the wrestling business, of course. And I think that it's that preparation meets opportunity situation. And I think that this is exactly where Eddie Kingston is supposed to be right now. But that being said, let's take things on backstage to Lexi Nair.
We are moments away from the start of Wrestle Dream, where we will be honoring Antonio Inoki. But I'm here with Eddie Kingston, and tonight you will be defending both your titles against Shibata. How are you feeling going into this match?
Yeah, first of all, this is weird, having championships and all that. I'm not used to that. But, no, it's an honor to step in there with someone who I respect, like Shibata, who represents strong style and strong style wrestling, and that's the wrestling that Mr. Inoki represented and believed in. He believed that professional wrestling is our mixed martial art, and that professional wrestlers are the strongest. And that's what I think everyone on the card tonight is going to try to prove and do, and that's what I'm going to try to do my best at, defending both sides.
Kingston!
And it's like I
Stokely Hathaway
always
here,
get interrupted.
Ring of Honor Board of Director, and it's crazy. I haven't got a chance to say congratulations, champ.
You know you're touching me, right? Come on, man.
See, that's the problem with everybody in this bitch. Everybody wants to be a contrarian. You know?
What is a contrarian?
Urban Dictionary.
Is that what Trent is? That's what Chuck
Listen,
told me.
Eddie! I have something to say about that Ring of Honor World Championship that's around your big-ass shoulder. And guess what? You're gonna find out what I have to say on Wednesday. Good luck, champ.
Why is he hitting me? Like, what is... That's your boy. That's your friend.
No, don't get it twisted. That's Big Bill's friend. That's not my friend.
I respect it.
I guess I respect the business acumen.
He didn't even say goodbye.
No,
he hit us with an Irish goodbye. Well, let's hit them with a full goodbye, shall we?
Let's get into it. It is now time for Wrestle Dream 0 Hour. We're getting into the opening ceremonies for the legend Antonio Inoki.
51 years ago, Antonio Inoki stepped forward to create a legacy in professional wrestling that nobody can deny.
So Antonio Inoki has meant so much to professional wrestling. I mean, he just had all of these ideas that would seem wild. Like, imagine being a professional wrestler and saying that you want to fight the biggest boxing star in the world. Imagine taking a show to North Korea in the name of peace. For me, as an individual, I'm not sure my career would have gotten to the heights that it did if it weren't for Antonio Inoki and what he's done.
Antonio Inoki was a legend, a dreamer, a man who paved the way for all of us.
And it's all about, respecting a man who believed that pro wrestling could be all over the world, could be global, and that was Antonio Inoki.
It's a pretty amazing thing AEW and Tony Khan is taking the time to focus on such a great legend like Antonio Inoki. His thoughts and his mindset about professional wrestling completely changed my world and changed the way that I think about professional wrestling now and forever.
This is Tony Khan's tribute to a legendary figure in professional wrestling.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wrestle Dream 0 Hour. And right now, let's go to the ring for the AEW President, CEO, and General Manager, Tony Khan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural AEW WrestleDream. It's great to be here tonight, here in Seattle, Washington, this great pro wrestling city, to honor one of pro wrestling's greatest pioneers. I believe pro wrestling's greatest dreamer, the late, great Antonio Inoki. Here with us tonight are some great representatives from New Japan Pro Wrestling and students of Antonio Inoki. Of course, Mr. Rocky Romero. And the man you'll see later tonight trying to become the new American Triple Crown champion. A former student of Antonio Inoki, I believe pro wrestling's greatest champion, the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Katsuyori Shibata. But most of all, I would like to thank Hiroto and Naoto Inoki for being here with us tonight. God bless you both for the wonderful gift of your grandfather's scarf. I can't thank you enough for being a part of this. And now let's pay tribute to one of wrestling's greatest legends, one of wrestling's greatest minds, with the first ever Wrestle Dream.
Antonio Inoki has meant so much to the sport of professional wrestling. And to see his grandsons in the ring, JR, being honored by our own Tony Khan, it's a great moment.
It's going to be a great night of wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great night. And let's remember who this is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it one more time for the Inoki family. Let's have a great Wrestle Dream. And one time for the great legend, Antonio Inoki. We're gonna put it up on the screen for you. Each knee, son, da.
We have a huge night of action ahead. AEW's inaugural Wrestle Dream. commemorating the passing of Antonio Inoki, one of professional wrestling's greatest pioneers. And there's the man who will be competing in our main event tonight, Christian Cage, looking to defend the TNT Championship. But fans, Wrestle Dream about to get underway.
This is an 8-person mixed tag team match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Team number 1, representing Shane Taylor Promotions, Shane Taylor and Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty. Their partners, Mercedes, Martinez, and Diamante.
Well, fans, welcome to the Wrestle Dream 0 Hour. I'm Excalibur, joined by Nigel McGuinness and the great Jim Ross Jr. Antonio Inoki, I mean, a true trailblazer in our sport. He meant so much, dude.
One of the great thrills in my 50-year career was meeting, conversing, and listening to Antonio Inoki.
He's really somebody that's left such a monumental impact on professional wrestling, and we probably wouldn't be here without him today, Nigel.
No question about that. Huge inspiration, not just in Japan, but worldwide.
Their opponents, first, Billy Starks and the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the following goddess, Athena!
And it's a very unique match to kick off the Wrestle Dream 0 Hour, an 8-person mixed tag team match.
That's a mouthful.
Wrestling out of Wichita, Falls, Texas, weighing 348 pounds, for he is limitless, Keith Lee.
Well, Jared,
that's the guy I would buy stock in.
Yeah, Keith Lee.
Big and athletic, he's hungry, and I mean hungry.
Wrestling out of Tokyo, Japan, weighing 238 pounds, Satoshi Kojima!
Satoshi Kojima, fans of AEW have seen him compete in our ring before. Nigel, amongst the heaviest hitters of his generation of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
He certainly is a man who honors the strong style tradition that Antonio Inoki made famous. As you can see there at the back of your screen, those lariats come as tough as anyone who's ever thrown one, me included.
You know, the physicality and the philosophy of Mr. Inoki's company in the early going was so amazing that a lot of guys were reluctant to wrestle there because it was so physical. You get banged up, get battered and bruised, and that served their company well. It still does.
Yeah, you had to be very tough to make it in Japan. Legends like Stan Hansen, Bruiser Brody made their living on that side of the Pacific.
Yeah, the Funks, Dick Murdoch, a lot of guys that I grew up with were wrestling from Mr. Inoki in one form or another.
And fans, a lot of intertwining threads in this 8-person mixed tag team matchup. You have Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the dominant champion, and that Billy Starks, Athena's minion in training, as the fans here in Seattle chanting, "We want bread," to Satoshi Kojima, who is, of course, the leader of Bread Club, but also...
You might want to explain that.
Bread Club is Kojima, he's just a big fan of baked goods, of patisserie, of all sorts of bread in its many forms. And so he's really found a huge social media following as a result of that.
I wouldn't mind doing that with ribs.
Rib club. I've been one of those before. Oh, wow.
As Billy starts getting worked over in the corner, and this is a mixed tag team match, so the women will only compete with the women, the men will only compete with the men.
And that makes it simpler and makes it safer, quite frankly. Because some of these cats will take advantage of the rules if given the opportunity.
Whoa, wow. The Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Oh! Thought she had the better.
And fans, we're just under 50 minutes away from Wrestle Dream on pay-per-view. You can catch it on cable and satellite through traditional providers. It's live in select theaters across the country, live in select Dave and Buster's locations, Tom's Watch Bar locations, and internationally on Fight TV, Sky, Italia, PPV.com, and YouTube.com. Wrestle Dream coming your way at the top of the hour.
It's quite honestly as simply as pushing a button in many systems. That's how easy it is to align yourself. Look at that.
Tandem offense by Billy Starks and Athena taking out Diamante and Mercedes Martinez on the outside.
I keep waiting for Athena to get on a real red-hot roll because she's got all the athletic ability to accomplish whatever the hell she wants.
Well, she is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion and the most dominant Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Oh, she wants a bit of Shane Taylor. Oh, the official Rick Knox not going to allow that.
As you shouldn't.
And this is a story I want to draw attention to. Shane Taylor and Keith Lee, they used to be tag team partners for quite a long time in Ring of Honor. And then Shane Taylor re-signing with Ring of Honor, Keith Lee deciding to part ways, and a lot of bad blood, a lot of hurt feelings between these two men as they now sharing the ring in this 8-person mixed tag team match.
And Shane Taylor is the type of cat that bled, lived and breathed Ring of Honor. Oh, that left hand.
That's
the boxing background of Shane Taylor coming into play.
That's not going to do anybody any favors. A shot there. Well, Keith Lee is an amazing athlete.
Oh, showing you just how amazing.
He's just terrific. He's a athletic big men are a rarity in pro wrestling now anymore.
Inside the ring, Lee Moriarty
look at this.
Trying to pull one over on Keith Lee, and Shane Taylor.
Boom, and again the boxing background coming into play. Shane Taylor from the mean streets of Cleveland. Learned boxing in his youth, and certainly is more than capable to put it to use.
Now the quick tag out to Lee Moriarty, very recently joining Shane Taylor Promotions, the group led by the eponymous Shane Taylor. But Lee Moriarty, very technically gifted, but now we're seeing a little more aggression coming out of him.
Taylor, one of the great technicians of the game. I'm sure we'll be watching Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. later tonight.
I'll tell you something, this pay-per-view tonight, only in a few minutes away, it's going to be amazing. The matchups, the pairings, the contrast in styles. I can't wait.
Certainly living up to the name Wrestle Dream as Kojima mows down Moriarty.
And now Kojima with Moriarty in the corner. The rapid-fire machine gun chops lighting up Lee. Satoshi Kojima just battering the chest of Lee Moriarty.
Fans are loving it here in Seattle.
And Nigel, even for a well-conditioned athlete like Lee Moriarty, to have those chops fired in, that's got to affect your breathing.
Yeah, every time the percussion of that chop knocks some little bit out the wind out of you, makes it a bit more hard to breathe.
Kojima, the switch, and the DDT spiking Moriarty.
Nicely done, couldn't be enough.
The cover, and Diamante in there to break up the pinning predicament, but Billy Starks, oh my goodness.
What a shot.
Swung for the fences.
Mercedes Martinez, take it down. Athena, Billy Starks.
You know, the crowd's still arriving here tonight, fellas, but the enthusiasm that we can feel this early is, to me, amazing. The atmosphere tonight on pay-per-view is going to be something that none of us want to miss.
Shane Taylor, big headbutt, had staggered Kojima. Kojima very unsteady on his feet, and now Keith Lee.
Whoa! I'm buying stock in Keith Lee, that's all I'm saying.
What a feat of strength by Keith Lee. Taking down his former partner. And now Moriarty, though, dropkick to the knee. Athena off the top with the O-face. Moriarty.
That really puts the referee in a tough spot because all that was illegal.
But Keith Lee.
Wow.
Like thunder echoing throughout the arena.
And now Satoshi Kojima strips off the elbow pad. Lariat connects.
Boom. What a big old shot that was. And there was plenty.
The winner to this match, the team of Satoshi Kojima, Keith Lee, Billy Starks, and the ROH Women's World Champion, Athena.
And they cast the thousands.
Nigel, you talked about the strength of Satoshi Kojima's lariat.
Yeah, synonymous with Kojima. So many other big men in Japan, that as effective as any of them.
JR, I love the team of Keith Lee and Satoshi Kojima. Two big guys that can hit real hard.
Heavy-handed guys with competitive spirit.
Well, fans, coming up at the top of the hour, Wrestle Dream on pay-per-view. The technical wrestling dream match. Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, and Zack Sabre Jr. one-on-one. The TBS Championship is on the line. Chris Statlander faces Julia Hart. Julia Hart has been red hot as of late. A 28-match unbeaten streak. Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi united to take on the Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay. A huge four-way match to determine this team that will get a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Will it be the Bucks? Will it be the Guns? Will it be the Luchas? Or Orange Cassidy and Hook? Plus a grudge match. Blackpool Combat Club's Wheeler Yuta taking on Absolute Ricky Starks live tonight on pay-per-view. You do not want to miss Wrestle Dream.
Push that little button. Enjoy it. You're going to love it.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from Battle Creek, Washington, weighing in at 280 pounds, the War Master, Josh Barnett.
My longtime old friend Josh Barnett making a surprise appearance here in AEW here in Seattle tonight.
Josh Barnett returning to his home turf of Seattle, Washington. And Barnett, Nigel, somebody that, I mean, was really almost handpicked by Antonio Inoki to be the face of American mixed martial arts.
That's right, at the beginning of the Inoki Genome Federation, this man an integral part of that at-time upstart promotion. You saw as he came out there, he pointed to the heavens, pointed to Inoki-san, wants to show him the respect, the strong style tradition. This, the most feared catch wrestler in the world today.
He was my broadcast partner for an extended length of time. Broadcasting New Japan Wrestling is a brilliant mind. But you got to wonder, what does he have left in the tank?
And his opponent, accompanied by John Moxley, representing the Blackpool Combat Club from Lucerne, Switzerland, weighing in at 232 pounds, Claudio Castagnoli.
Claudio Castagnoli set to go one-on-one with Josh Barnett, and John Moxley will be joining us at the desk. It's great to see Moxley back here at Claudio's side. It was a scary moment when he was defeated for the AEW International Championship by Ray Fenix. But Moxley, as we understand, in good health, in good spirits. We'll be hearing from him momentarily. But JR, this is a match that I heard when you got into the building today. You said if there's one match you wanted to call, it was Josh Barnett and Claudio Castagnoli.
Exactly, and I'm proud to say it, proud to stand by it. Two extremely talented and well-versed technicians, and that's a lost art. John Moxley joining us here, ladies and gentlemen, at ringside.
God damn, I'm pumped up. What's up, JR?
Hey, buddy.
I missed you, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, I'm glad to be here, I can tell you that. What a crew this is. I feel pretty safe.
Glad you had a seat for me out here. This is a little bit of civil war within the ranks of the BCC. Josh Barnett has actually been my secret weapon over the last few years. I spent a lot of time training with him at his gym in California, a lot of time sparring in his backyard. Some of the worst hours of my life. And he has opened up his toolbox to me, and I've opened it up to the BCC, but he feels that Claudio could be better than it is. I think that's why he accepted this open challenge from Claudio. He feels like there's another level that Claudio can reach.
Looking for the Jinjigatami right off the bat, Claudio.
Right off the gate. That is how dangerous Josh Barnett is, one of the most dangerous submission masters in the world. See how he gets up there. He didn't turn and show his back.
The lean, lanky legs of Castagnoli are going to help him in this match. And that's what I feel Castagnoli has to do. Take it on pro wrestling rules. That's where he does have an advantage against Barnett.
Yeah, the thing about Claudio is that he's such a freak athlete, a total freak of nature, possesses such insane strength and athleticism that he's able to do things to smaller guys that just nobody else can do.
Whoa! Definitely strength against technique there. Easily passes the guard.
That makes my point. He can do that to 99% of the people on Earth, but Josh Barnett is not 99% of the people on Earth. There's a 270-pound former UFC heavyweight champion, one of the baddest men on the planet, and Claudio. Claudio going for his own armbar here.
Nice.
Yep.
We worked on that this morning. We had about 24 hours to prepare for this match. Claudio Castagnoli is going to be pushed even harder than he maybe ever has been. Going for a knee bar here. What a quick spin, quick hips of Josh Barnett.
I'm trying to get this in. I didn't know that you and Josh are such buddies.
I spent quite a bit of time in his backyard getting punched in the face. Many hours sparring in the California heat, out in his garage, in his driveway. And Josh Barnett will share information with anybody that he feels is worth it and wants to know and takes pro wrestling serious. To Josh Barnett, to the BCC, this is not a joke. This is our life.
And fans, there you see at the bottom of your screen the QR code. You can catch Wrestle Dream coming your way at the top of the hour on Bleacher Report, also through traditional cable and satellite providers, select theaters nationwide as Claudio Castagnoli.
It's a fixed position here. Elbow that big son of a bitch. Elbow his damn head off, Claudio.
There he
Light
comes.
him up. Light his ass up! Sorry, gentlemen.
Oh, that's quite all right. That's Claudio Castagnoli coming down with the hammer and anvil elbows. Barnett
trying to protect from the elbows, but give him his arm. Instead, Claudio took it. And now...
This is some kind of stump puller or something. This is out of the Les Thatcher playbook. What the hell?
Absolutely. Thatcher made that hold renowned.
Josh on the single leg now. He's going to run the pipe. Out to the outside dragon screw. Now, this is bad. You do not want to be underneath Josh Barnett, because I tell you, you will feel every single bit of that 270 pounds. I can tell you from experience, it sucks. He's not a nice man. He's not a nice man, JR.
No longer the baby-faced assassin, certainly. A born fighter, the prototype of a fighter, if you would.
and somebody that would... Josh Barnett, somebody that would be at home in the Wigan Snake Pit. Somebody that would just, I mean, he's almost like a throwback to a different generation of grapplers as Claudio.
That's
a big swing.
That's a big swing.
Well, let's not forget that Barnett's also a veteran. He knew where he was in the ring. He knew that he got to the ropes. He's got an out.
No. I think Josh understands how much of a freak Claudio is, and he does not want to get embarrassed here in Seattle by getting swung around like a rag doll.
So, given your experience with Barnett, John, what exactly did you say to Castagnoli going into this match?
Don't think, just wrestle. If you stop and think for 1 second in here with Josh Barnett, he'll be 4 or 5 steps ahead of you, and you'll get your ass knocked out.
We saw Barnett employ a kick to the inside of the leg for the first time, and the second one.
Oh, my God, I can feel that. You can feel that kick. Do you guys feel how hard that is?
Yeah.
That is a heavy kick right to the inside of the leg. That's debilitating.
There's a second-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, but very proficient in Muay Thai as well.
Open hand 1-2 right to the face. Don't get pissed off, Claudio. Let's go.
Barnett looking to take Claudio Castagnoli out of his comfort zone as Claudio.
There you go.
Coming in, uppercut.
Every opening is exposed.
Big shots. Light his ass up, Claudio.
Oh, Barnett needed the sternum.
Arm drag in behind him. Here he goes, going for an Antonio Inoki octopus hold. Abdominal stretch, whatever you want to call it. Antonio and Josh Barnett actually wanted to be a part of this Wrestle Dream. A student directly of Antonio Inoki. Earlier, he was given the towel. He came out with the red towel that said Antonio Inoki in Japanese, given that by one of his grandsons, and a tear came to his eye.
That's cool.
So you know what Josh Barnett is fighting for here tonight and why he is here. This ain't a payday. He's not chasing clout, trying to get a win on Claudio. This is for the spirit of Inokiism.
Oh, Barnett fires back with a right hand. Right elbow, excuse me.
Those are big shots. That'll knock out a horse.
Mr. Inoki was such a classy guy. Custom-made clothing. He always looked like $1 million.
Barnett's wobbly. Stay on him, Claudio.
Yeah, Josh Barnett.
Unload on him, baby.
For the toughness of his chin, but Claudio Castagnoli, a heavy hitter, and he's got Barnett quite literally against the ropes with Barnett.
Nice hard shot.
Claims comes out with those knees right in the sternum. Oh, Claudio might be on a little bit of wobbly legs here.
But Barnett giving him a second to get back, to regain his senses. That's the respect that Barnett has for Castagnoli, I think.
Looking for a kill shot.
Claudio gets taken down.
Here we are.
And
Castagnoli still stunned, saw that kick coming and moved out of the way.
Oh, over under. He just threw Claudio like he didn't weigh 240 pounds.
And now Barnett.
That's nasty.
Claudio trying to hand fight with Barnett to prevent himself from getting locked in.
This is where you don't want to be underneath Josh Barnett. It's a real bad time. Don't give him your back.
Full mount.
Do not give him your back, Claudio.
Oh, but
out the back door.
And you notice Claudio, he's pinning Barnett's ankle to the mat, trying to prevent. Claudio Castagnoli, the giant swing on Josh Barnett.
Now into the leg.
And now dropping.
What's Claudio looking for here? A straight ankle lock, a heel hook, a toe hold.
Whatever it is, it forced Barnett
quickly to get to the ropes. Causing a break immediately.
I would do the same thing.
Again, that speaks to the respect that Barnett has for the submission ability of Castagnoli.
The big swing, man, it ain't a joke. You know, it's fun. Everybody thinks it's real fun and we all count along. But when you're a grown man and you're getting swung like a child, it's actually pretty embarrassing. Another big throw. Claudio thrown like a child now.
Claudio Castagnoli, you have to remember, used that giant swing to force Chris Jericho to submit.
Outstanding illustration of catch wrestling. Whatever you want to call it, everybody's got their own name.
Speaking of catch wrestling, Claudio Castagnoli known for what he calls the neutralizer, a version, an update, his own spin on a Gotch pile driver.
As Barnett imploring Castagnoli, pull it on.
Man, those right hands are getting through.
It's not often you see Claudio Castagnoli employ a closed fist. And what a lariat!
More high impact.
Here it is, going for the neutralizer. Josh knows how to defend this, and it does. He turtles up. He turtles up.
And Castagnoli now
with his own octopus hold.
Ground octopus hold on Josh Barnett.
Submission could be forthcoming.
No way. I will poop my pants if Josh Barnett taps out right now.
Oh, wait, Claudio transitions into the Chris Pitts pin. 2, 3.
This match, Claudio Castagnoli.
Wow. What an emotional match between two true artisans.
You can see the visible frustration on behalf of Josh Barnett, but I mean, it's been quite a while since Josh Barnett's competed in a pro wrestling match, mostly catch-as-catch-can wrestling.
Holy hell, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. That was so stressful.
If you need mouth-to-mouth, you're in the wrong place.
A win over Josh Barnett does not come easy, and it does not come cheap. And Claudio Castagnoli has paid the price for it. Get this man a mic.
Barnett's got something to say.
A student of Frank Gotch, a student of Billy Robinson, and a student
Boo all you
of
want.
Antonio Inoki.
But listen, the boy from Ballard's got something to say. Heard a lot about you, Claudio. Friends, training partners. You're highly regarded. And hearing about all of it is one thing, but experience it's another. And I gotta say, they're all right. Every single one of them. Correct to the bone. In fact, they don't even understand how great you actually are. So tonight, I came in here with no expectations. I leave with only the highest for you.
Classy.
And that is respect.
I can
and
promise you.
praise. Like I said, that doesn't come cheap.
I can promise you, Inoki-san would absolutely approve of you. He would absolutely be a fan of you. And I will vouch for it. So you talk about, it's not just a title belt that makes you want to strive and climb the highest mountains. It's the challenges. So tonight I gave you a challenge. And you know, very smart, you overcame. Here in front of my hometown at that. I'm very proud of you. However, this ain't over. You owe me more time, and I will come someday, someplace, and I will reclaim that time. It's gonna be on you though. So keep training, keep pushing. Do not sit down after this. You got a long way to go, but I'm proud to see where that takes you.
It's a hell of an endorsement.
What a hell of a surprise here on 0 Hour.
Anytime.
The pay-per-view ain't even started.
Any place. Ladies and gentlemen, the War Master.
A lot of respect in the ring right now, fellas. It's refreshing, quite frankly.
A lot of respect, the kind of respect that is earned. The pay-per-view ain't even started yet, man. We gave you that shit for free.
We are just under 30 minutes away from Wrestle Dream. And our main event tonight will be the best 2 out of 3 falls TNT Championship title match. Christian Cage putting the title on the line against Darby Allin. Let's take a look and get a preview of tonight's Wrestle Dream main event.
I've waited to be in the main event for so long. There was always a voice in the back of my head saying, you don't deserve any of this. And the only time I felt validated was when I was TNT champion. Then you got a guy like Christian Cage. He's got the one thing that made me feel like I meant in this whole entire world.
I don't care, Darby. I'm just cementing my legacy. I asked for this 2 out of 3 match because I want to see what you can do when you actually wrestle. You're going to be exposed this Sunday in your hometown, and I hope you're prepared to live with that for the rest of your life. Now, speaking of being prepared to live the rest of your life, is your uncle going to be in attendance? Oh, right, your uncle, while intoxicated, taking his 5-year-old nephew out for a joyride. And what happened, Darby?
He's dead. Everybody you talk about is dead. You think I'm afraid of dying, afraid of losing in Seattle. Mark my words, I am not losing in Seattle, Christian.
Darby Allin is not going to go away until I make him go away. And you want to know what the end game is? You said that death doesn't frighten you. You even embrace it at times. At Wrestle Dream, I like to know if you're going to feel the same way when you realize that your career is dead.
In the main event, you are fighting someone that you've never seen before.
This is the perfect ending for you, Darby. In your hometown, in front of your family, your friends.
You are going to fall at the feet of the reigning, defending TNT champion,
Christian Cage.
What a Wrestle Dream main event we have tonight, but the action continues here on 0 Hour.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from the Tar Pits, weighing in at 275 pounds, Luchasaurus.
What an impressive athlete. He's not yet reached his full potential, in my estimation.
Well, he's the former TNT champion, one of the most terrifying and capable big men in the sport today.
And you notice when he came to the center stage, he looked over his shoulder. He was looking for Christian Cage, our TNT champion, the man who pinned Luchasaurus, the man who stole the TNT championship from.
Wait a second, stole it? If he stole it, Luchasaurus didn't seem too upset after the fact.
And his opponent from Seattle, Washington, weighing in at 179 pounds, Nick Wayne.
This kid's got a great upside, there's no doubt about that. He's been in wrestling in one form or another his entire life, and that's no exaggeration.
There's Nick Wayne's mother cheering him on. This has got to be special for both of them right here in their hometown of Seattle, Washington.
I know special's the word I use. This could be an absolute mugging. Look at the size difference between Wayne and Luchasaurus.
Yeah, Wayne's gonna have a great plan. He's got to hit, stick, and move.
I don't know about that, JR. I think he should be making his final arrangements, visiting a local priest or something. Maybe beg. Do you ever see the Return of the Jedi? When Luke Skywalker gets dropped into the pit with a rancor? You're about to see what should have happened. Luke Skywalker doesn't get out.
You're not very optimistic about the young lad's chances, are you?
Well, listen, I'll give him his dues. He's plucky, he's likable. Oh, and he's coming out with a fight. A hell of a hill to climb, JR.
Yeah, you're right. There's no doubt about that. I've always been high on Luchasaurus, but it seems like he was always in a team. And Excalibur, he wasn't always the star of the team.
Oh! Nick Wayne just got planted on the back of his neck. And
he thinks he's a slinky, for goodness sakes.
Just watch here. Look at the high angle, the impact. Oh! That's got to be hard for his mother to watch at ringside. If I was her, I'd go and get some popcorn right now.
Well, JR, Luchasaurus, he was the TNT champion, though. The only time he physically held the title belt was on the same night that he lost it. The rest of the time, he was in the possession of Christian Cage. Right. You have to wonder what sort of thrall Christian has over Luchasaurus.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. It's an interesting concept.
He has Luchasaurus's respect and love. And speaking of that, from what I understand, Nick Wayne's mother has the same sort of feeling for Christian Cage. That's why she's here today.
Are you serious?
Christian Cage retain the TNT title.
I haven't heard that.
That's what Christian told me, and he doesn't lie.
Oh, of course not.
Well, now you see at the bottom of your screen, Christian Cage, Darby Allin. Best 2 out of 3 falls for the TNT Championship, our Wrestle Dream main event. You still have a chance to join us just over 23 minutes away. You can scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen. You can go to your cable box, your DVR, go to traditional cable and satellite providers in select movie theaters around the country. Dave & Buster's locations, Tom's Watch Bar locations, internationally on Fight TV, Sky Italia, PPV.com, and YouTube.com. So many ways to join us for Wrestle Dream coming your way at the top of the hour.
No excuses, ladies and gents. You don't want to miss this wrestling event.
Thrust kick.
Whoa.
Good next. Swing and a miss. Wild swing and a miss by Luchasaurus. Nick Wayne.
He's an athletic son of a gun, this young kid.
Wayne's doing what you said, JR, hitting a move, but unfortunately, he moved into this huge prehistoric monster.
A third-generation star, Nick Wayne. His mother looking on as Luchasaurus bringing Nick upright.
Oh, wait a second.
Wow, he got ragdolled, did Nick Wayne.
A choke slam over the ropes onto the ring apron. Nigel, I hate to say it, but you were right. This is a mugging.
We're seeing the best of Luchasaurus, I can tell you that. And when he gets on a roll, as big and as agile as he is a load, is this man.
What does it say about Christian Cage's presence that he was able to command his right hand of destruction? Wait a second. Wage is crawling for his mum. Oh, please, Mum, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Take me back home.
And Luchasaurus looming over Nick Wayne. Nick trying to pull himself upright and now.
Oh, no.
Oh! Face first into the barricade, right at the feet of his mother.
A very emotional time for this young kid. He's got to process a lot of information right now and trying to tell his story.
I don't think just Nick Wayne. I think his mother's going to need therapy after this match. Having to see her son suffer like this.
And you know, Darby Allin, he would love to be at ringside in support of Nick Wayne. But Darby, of course, preparing for tonight's main event.
He needs to.
That's going to be an ugly son of a gun, I can tell you that. Another great reason to buy this pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen.
Luchasaurus.
Totally unforgiving. showing little pity, no mercy for young Wayne.
As Nick pulling himself up in the corner, Luchasaurus.
Only way Luchasaurus can lose this is to make a major mistake.
Ooh, big moonsault by Nick Wayne.
Look out.
Cover it.
Oh, wait a second.
So
Whoa.
close.
2.5 at least.
Nick Wayne didn't catch him flush with the first one. The second one did, and now he's looking for Wayne's World, but no. Luchasaurus blocked. And the shot to the back of the head.
Back of the head, that ought to do it.
Luchasaurus.
Wow.
Winner of this match, Luchasaurus.
High impact, great aim, all the leverage advantage. This was the night for Luchasaurus, and maybe a night that we won't soon forget regarding him.
Absolutely dominant. And Mama Wayne not so happy right now.
Luchasaurus, you know he will be watching our main event tonight closely. Who will leave Seattle as the TNT champion? Will it be Darby Allin for the third time? Or will Christian Cage retain the TNT championship? It is our main event. It is best 2 out of 3 falls. And it is live coming up the top of the hour Wrestle Dream on pay-per-view. Eddie Kingston, he will put his Ring of Honor World Championship and his New Japan Strong Openweight Championship on the line against Katsuyori Shibata. Katsuyori Shibata has an opportunity to establish a modern era Triple Crown title here tonight in Seattle. FTR 1 year ago to the day defeated Aussie Open in a classic tag team battle. And tonight they will put the AEW World Tag Team Championship on the line against Aussie Open once again. And this is a grudge match of epic proportions, Nigel. Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page, one-on-one.
A lot of conflict between these two superstars, and one member of the Mogul Embassy, Swerve Strickland, has got a point to prove tonight.
JR, Swerve Strickland has said that Hangman Page didn't earn his spot. He was given his spot, and Swerve is out to take it from Hangman.
Well, I don't agree with that idea, that ideology. Page has earned his stripes. He's been a former champion. He's one of the top stars in AEW. So I don't agree with that whatsoever. I'm not taking anything away from Swerve. He's a hell of a hand, too. That's why this match is on this pay-per-view. It's an attraction that many of us can't wait to see.
It is a massive grudge match, and you still have a chance to join us for Wrestle Dream coming your way top of the hour through traditional cable and satellite providers, select movie theaters, Dave & Buster's locations, and even Tom's Watch Bar locations nationwide. You can join us on Bleacher Report, DAZN, Fight TV, PPV.com, YouTube.com, Sky Italia. So many ways to join us for Wrestle Dream, the top of the hour. I have to ask you, Nigel, I know you've got some mixed feelings about Bryan Danielson, to say the least.
Best technical wrestler in the world a decade ago, but today, no chance at all. Zack Sabre Jr. proves the best man tonight.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, is for the AEW World Trios Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 696 pounds, the team of Shane Haste, Mikey Nichols, and Bad Dude Tito, TMDK.
This TMDK group has had quite a bit of tag team success in New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's Mikey Nichols inside the ring. Shane Haste climbing the ropes. Bad Dude Tito that just hopped over the top rope. And now JR with a chance to establish themselves as stars here in AEW on a single night.
Absolutely, an opportunity awaits. And opportunity is something that it just doesn't happen all the time. All right, here we go.
And their opponents, they are the AEW World Trios Champions, the Acclaimed and Dalia.
Listen! Yo! These three dudes couldn't weather the storm. They fresh from Japan watching tentacle porn. The mighty don't kneel, cool story, bro. Cause I saw you all kneeling at the glory hole. Get some retribution, clap back. Step to me and you about to get slapped, Jack. New era, same old thing. In Seattle, everybody loves the Acclaimed.
The Acclaim have arrived! Scissor me down the ass!
This match was announced this past Friday night. The Acclaim successfully defending the AEW World Trios Championship and now competing tonight against TMDK, part of the Wrestle Dream 0 Hour. And this TMDK team, typically Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols are the tag team experts of this TMDK unit. But Bad Dude Tito, he has an extensive background in combat sports. Yeah. Unorganized combat sports.
Underground fighting background. Indeed, his uncle was a legend in the bare knuckle community. His family came calling. You know what's the first rule of Fight Club? You never saw that movie, Excalibur?
No, I've seen it. Don't talk about Fight Club.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
I was trying not to talk about it. And there you see, top of your screen, 14 minutes till Wrestle Dream kicks
Can't
off.
wait, man. Can't wait. This is one of these situations that you can't wait to get it underway.
Are you a big fan of scissoring, JR, or not?
I've never tried it, Nigel.
Oh, okay.
I'm open-minded. You know,
I thought you'd done everything.
Young at heart.
Well, big man Tito will not be scissoring tonight. He's just showing and dominating physique. Look at that.
Big, strong kid, no doubt about that.
Bad Dude Tito backing off. Max Caster. And Tito, the least experienced member of TMDK, but the first American member of TMDK. And you know, not only would TMDK like to get the win here, become AEW World Trios champions, they'd also like to set the stage, set the tone for their stablemate, Zack Sabre Jr., will be facing the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, later on tonight, part of Wrestle Dream.
That should be a classic, no doubt about it. I know we hyperbow our ass off, but when you think about it, that match is everything to me. It's an amazing matchup.
Worth the cost of admission or the price of the pay-per-view alone. Oh, awkward landing there.
Shane Hayes sent over the top. Max Caster makes the tag out to Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn. And JR, I posed the question to Nigel earlier. I mean, I got the answer I expected. Who do you think wins between Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson?
I'm leaning toward the upset. I'm leaning toward Zack Sabre Jr., and here's why. Travel is one thing I think is a big issue in this equation, and opportunity for this young guy, Zack Sabre Jr., to rise up and to have the most significant non-championship win of his lifetime.
Sabre was called the best technical wrestler of the decade for the 2010s. In my mind, he is the favorite in the match.
Yeah, and you know, his youth may have something to say to this equation.
Whoa. Insult from Billy Gunn there, but wait a second. Oh.
Shoulder tackle by Billy Gunn. He leaned into it, taking Shane Haste off his feet. And Shane's not a small man.
No, he isn't. And you know, when Billy Gunn and his group, when they are on the money, they're hard to handle. They're unpredictable. They have a unique style. They keep you off balance.
They are entertaining, provocative, and inflammatory, certainly.
Bad Dude Tito comes charging in, and on the receiving end of a combination there.
You can just feel it in the air, Excalibur. The emotion, the momentum changing and free-flowing for this pay-per-view broadcast tonight.
As Bowens ascends to the ropes.
Split the uprights.
And scissor me timbers.
Now perhaps a three-way scissor party about to break out in Seattle. I'm not just talking about the commentary desk.
There's a space for you up there, JR, if you want to get involved.
Yeah, I'll think about it and get back to you.
And it's worth mentioning too that this match, strong connection to Antonio Inoki, because Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste, they left their home in Perth, Western Australia. They moved to the United States, training at the original Inoki dojo in Los Angeles. That's really where they burst onto the scene in the U.S. and how they became mainstays in Japanese professional wrestling throughout the years.
They were the first Australian tag team on a world stage cover.
Covered Bad Dude Tito. Able to kick out. Bad Dude Tito began his pro wrestling journey in Southern California, the Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy, but then went to the New Japan Dojo as a type of finishing school. And he's become such a complete professional, as Bowens is finding out firsthand.
Nice exploder.
And the lateral press by Tito. JR didn't neutralize the legs.
That's it. So fundamental.
But the quick tag as Haste, now Nichols legal, keeping the pressure on Anthony Bowens. Double back elbows by TMDK, and
Bowens is going to figure a way to make a tag, obviously.
And the cover here by Nichols. Bowen just getting that shoulder up. And fans, we are just about 9 minutes away from Wrestle Dream on pay-per-view. You can scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen. Join us on Bleacher Report. You can call or use your DVR through traditional cable and satellite providers.
No excuses, Excalibur, really.
None at all. Wrestle Dream. We're going to make history tonight. Tony Khan said it's going to be a start of a new era of AEW, and that all begins with Wrestle Dream, just over 8.5 minutes away. Ow! Chop to the chest by Nichols, and now Bad Dude Tito is legal.
They really have cut the ring in half. Tag Team Wrestling 101. Draw that imaginary line. Right now, Bowens doing his best to escape out of the corner, but gonna have a tough time of it.
Big.
Bowens has got to hold on long enough for these dudes to make a mistake, because they're sailing right now. They meaning this tag team combination.
As now Shane Haste with Bowens isolated. He's got the arm isolated, and brutal kick to the back.
Good audio. Unless you're getting hit.
Yeah, unless you're Anthony Bowens. And you see Bowens just writhing in pain.
Shane Haste, the fast-paced, more extroverted of the team. Here comes Mikey Nichols, the more stoic and powerful member. Oh, Tito wants some more.
Bad Dude Tito just carrying Bowens around the ring. Bowens struggling mightily to get out. Gets back on his feet, peppering Tito with those elbow strikes. And then
whoa! Fingertips away.
So close, and whoa! That's the tag team expertise of Nichols and Haste.
That was a big non-move, if you will, preventing the tag
and keeping Bowens in the ring. Spinebuster by Tito. The far leg of Bowens is hooked. 2 and no.
Whoa. Referee Audrey Edwards was just a little bit slow on the cover there.
TMDK doing a great job applying pressure to the Acclaimed, who have been nearly unbeatable this year. 15-2 trios record for the Acclaimed. Now, Bowens lands on his feet and goes underneath and makes it to Billy Gunn.
That's what we were waiting on, was a tag. And we got it. And look at Big Billy Gunn. The great veteran, the Hall of Famer.
Set Haste flying, Nichols goes flying as well. And inside the ring, Billy Gunn.
Come on, Billy.
Tito doubled over, and the famous or no. Tito kick to the midsection. And Gary, or is a kick across the back, and now look at Bad Dude Tito, German suplex on Billy Gunn. He floats over, covers, and no. Caster there to break it up.
Well, good thing Caster was there, because that was over.
JR, that was an incredible display of strength by Bad Dude Tito.
He's a strong young lad. There's no doubt about that.
But now it's the teamwork and the cohesion of TMDK that's coming into play.
Now Haste in the corner. Nichols, the power slam. Shane Haste over off the back of his partner. The cannonball.
Unorthodox and very effective.
Bowens down. New champs in the making. No.
Well, the Acclaimed, they're on the back foot now. I don't know if they expected this big of a fight, but they've got it.
Well, Shane Haste just introduced to the barricades, or excuse me, Mikey Nichols introduced to the barricade. Shane Haste to the ring post. Famouser on Bad Dude Tito. Bowens, the arrival. Caster, legal.
Momentum is changing. Momentum is building.
Max, Caster, Mike, drop on target.
Well, as Monsoon would say, good night, nurse.
The AEW Trios World Champions, the Acclaimed, and Daddy Ass.
It was a great effort by TMDK. But the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass proving that they are the top trio in the entire world tonight, capping off Wrestle Dream 0 hour with a win.
35 days as the World Trios Champions and counting. JR, this is your opportunity. Get up there and do some scissoring.
Yeah, I'm going to give this some more thought, Nigel. I've been having a little bad back lately, you know. I just got to be careful.
A feel-good moment here to cap off Wrestle Dream 0 hour. But we are just over 3 minutes away.
Hey, we deliver some hellaciously good wrestling here tonight.
Yeah, we certainly do. And have no plans on stopping now. Wrestle Dream coming your way in just over 3 minutes on pay-per-view. We are absolutely loaded tonight for Wrestle Dream, Nigel. So many huge matches coming our way tonight.
Certainly is. Christian Cage, Father of the Year, puts a beating on a man who deserves it. Darby Allin, can he take the TNT title from Captain Charisma?
Not only that, a massive grudge match. Swerve Strickland trying to prove that the Climate Pledge Arena is Swerve's house, and he's going to have a tough test with Hangman Adam Page, who is extra motivated.
Not only that, 6-man tag team action. Don Callis behind all of this. Will we get a resolution? We get one of the hardest hitting matches in Wrestle Dream tonight.
Plus, Eddie Kingston puts his 2 titles on the line. The Ring of Honor World Championship, the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship against Katsuyori Shibata. Shibata with an opportunity to establish a modern American Triple Crown of wrestling.
Not only that, the AEW World Tag Team titles are on the line. Aussie Open 1 year to the day. Get another opportunity to prove they are the best tag team in the world.
Going to be a classic, no doubt.
And what about this? Whoever leaves Wrestle Dream will have one of these teams. Whoever leaves Wrestle Dream as AEW World Tag Team Champions, will have one of these teams waiting in the wings. Will it be the Bucks, the Guns, the Lucha Brothers, or Hook and Orange Cassidy?
And on top of that, the TBS title is on the line. Julia Hart has been unstoppable in 2023. Can she continue her undefeated streak to beat Statlander?
Chris Statlander, the last woman to defeat Julia Hart. But absolute Ricky Starks, he has it out for Wheeler Yuta. He says that he doesn't belong in the Blackpool Combat Club. And Starks is out to not just beat Yuta tonight, but to embarrass him. But Yuta, I'm sure he's going to have something to say about that.
Well, talking of something to say, Zack Sabre Jr. says he's going to end the career of Bryan Danielson and prove he is the best technical wrestler in the world today.
But Wrestle Dream begins with this match. 2-on-1, MJF looking to put the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship on the line, successfully retained against the Righteous.
Gonna be tough.
Mr. MJF. Liar. Mr. Cole. Death walks. See what I'm saying? We have one question to ask you two. Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby? Unfortunately,
this is a sad chapter of the story. And because we can't defend these titles, guys, unfortunately, we have to relinquish.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I am going to defend our ROH titles in a handicap match, and we are going to win because we're better than you. Baby!
You two don't have to worry about self-destruct anymore, because old Vincent and Dutch are here to purify the two of you and take away those Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships.
Think what I'm saying, baby?